Sunday. What a fantastic morning it is to be waking up a Spurs fan. Victor Wembanyama playing like a man possessed, playing like a man who was called out by Shaquille O'Neal, saying he needs to step up. How about that? Stepping up, actually leaping up to meet Chet Holmgren at the rim. Wemby setting the tone early defensively and then offensively as well on the oop side of the Stephon Castle alley. And then Devin Vassell, triple, got it. Spurs up 11. They were hitting threes. The Thunder were not. 6 for 33 from three. Worst three-point shooting percentage in a game this season, regular season or the postseason, doesn't matter. Jared McCain turns it over, and then Victor Wembanyama, taller than everybody else. Spurs up 9 after 1. The Thunder have to do this without Jalen Williams. Did not play due to the hamstring he's been battling all season. Second quarter, Spurs up by 5. The Hezzy, one-handed finish, get your own rebound. Victor Wembanyama doing the dang thing. Spurs up 7. This, the closing seconds of the half. Look at him calling for the rock just beyond half court. Pull! Got it. Come on, man. 40 feet. Longest three-point shot made in his career. Wemby had 22 points in the first half. The Spurs were up a dozen at the break against the Thunder team, who has not lost on the road yet in these playoffs. Third quarter, Spurs up 9. Steph Castle patiently waiting like a 50 Cent song. Throwing it up to Wemby. The hoop, the harm, he has it. It's another double-digit lead. And then cookies. Castle picks the pocket of Isaiah Hartenstein. SGA had 19 points in the game. He led the Thunder in scoring, but it would not be enough. 82 points is all the Thunder were able to manufacture in this game. Fewest points in a game, any kind of game, since 2021. They would not break the century mark. Off the miss, Dylan Harper there for the board. Got it. They were getting it from everybody. Contributions, that is. Oklahoma City had 20 turnovers, and they were not happy. Spurs 25-point lead, their largest against the Thunder this season. And then Wemby, 33 points, 8 boards, 3 blocks. Spurs win. We have an even series heading back to Oklahoma.
Pop's been around like throughout the course of the season, but that was the first time he walked into the locker room and was like, nah, that's BS. That's not how we play basketball. And obviously he has some choice words for it, but that was the first time all season that he came into the locker room right after a game and told us how he felt. And everybody felt that. You know, Mitch was in there, B. Wright was in there, all the players down to the staff. You know how it is after a game. And then that's the first time I've ever seen that. Like trainers, everybody's in there. We close the doors.
Let him go.
Yeah, we don't let anybody know what's going on in here, but that's the first time he opened that door. We see Pop come in, and it's like,
They knew. Some choice words with Brian Windhorst this morning on SportsCenter. Brian, only 82 points for OKC last night, their fewest that they've scored in a game, any game, since December 2021, just what Gary told us. How did the Spurs disrupt OKC on offense?
Well, the bright line for me was just how different the Thunder looked without A.J. Mitchell and Jalen Williams. During the course of the season, they weathered the storm of not having Jalen Williams because they had A.J. Mitchell. And not having either of them really affected their offensive creation. It really put a lot of burden on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There was also a little bit of a difference that the Spurs made defensively, where they stuck more to the shooters, where they didn't trap SGA as far away from the basket, so they wouldn't give up all those outside three-point shots. And I think the stat that really illustrates this is that Alex Caruso, who's been killing them from three, he only attempted 1 shot last night because they were sticking close to him. So really the Thunder are going to be offensively challenged in this series if those guys can't come back.
Series is tied 2 games apiece, so now it becomes a best of 3. Meanwhile, Game 4 between the Knicks and Cavs, that is tonight, with New York up 3 games to none in the series and has the Cavaliers on the brink. But Cavaliers coach Kenny Atkinson had some other thoughts and a different perspective. Wendy, take a listen to this.
Analytically, I think we've won the I said 3 out of 3. We're 2 out of 3 in the expected. I don't know if you guys follow that. There's like an expected score, you know, and we won 2 out of the 3.
So there you go. Cavaliers are up 2 games to 1 in Coach Kenny Atkinson's mind. Yes. Analytically, your thoughts, Wendy?
This is a very tough sell. He's explaining why his team has hope, but it's a tough sell. It's like a couple of days ago when he was saying that James Harden's actually not that bad of a defender, that it's their help defense. Like, there's probably a spreadsheet that actually backs that up. He's not raving lunatic. But it's a very, very tough sell from what all of us saw. And the thing about it is you can talk about shot luck. Basically what he's talking about is a metric that the NBA teams use, basically, which is how lucky are we versus how lucky are they. But that doesn't compute tired legs. And one of the big reasons why the Cavs are down 3-0 here is because of tired legs. They're not making their outside shots because they're not feeling great, and the Knicks have had more rest. And that is a big factor going forward. But listen, process over results always falls flat when you're in a short series, and that's where we're at right now.
Cavaliers rest if they don't win tonight, like a couple.
And the propane and all the other stuff you're doing. I'm already done with all my grilling based on my indoor grill, so I appreciate it.
I can't get this image of you out of my mind of like, you're saying this thing just like lights up instantly. Everything else takes too much time, but your indoor grill, like you snap your fingers and it's heated.
It's ready to go. Makes life a lot easier. I mean, outdoor grilling is just, people are too intense about it. You know, it's just very involved. And I just got tired of being on the deck and grilling, so I just got this thing, and it's made my life a lot easier.
I think tired of being on the deck in the fresh air, enjoying the outside.
I think you just
too much.
It's overrated, Amber.
Who
needs sunshine? I just want to give me my food. That's
Just wants food.
888-SAY-ESPN 888-729-3776. You can react to that terrible take, or you can tell us who it would mean more for to win an NBA championship. We've got Game 5 coming up Tuesday night in the Western Conference. Victor Wembanyama and his Spurs team even the series out last night in an utter blowout of the Spurs. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the reigning MVP, trying to lead his team back to the NBA Finals and win a second straight title. So it'd be the first for Wemby. It'd be back-to-back for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Who does it mean more for? We start down in Tennessee with Jason. Jason, you're on Unsportsmanlike. Who does it mean more for, Wemby or SGA?
Good morning, CC. I think Wemby by far, just because he obviously felt snubbed for not getting the MVP. He was just now not a unanimous all-MVP, which he should have gotten. So if he were to win the championship, that would solidify that he should have won the MVP, been a unanimous, to prove that he is now the face of the league that he wants, and it just puts him at a different level so early in his career.
I agree about the part, Jason. You could tell how much guys like he felt snubbed by that award, and I know that last week when he was asked about it going into Game 1, and just like the chip that provided that Spurs team to lead them to victory early on, Myron, I think meant a lot. Is there something to be said, though, about how early he is in his career, what the first 2 years looked like, now what we've seen with Victor Wembanyama, where do you subscribe to the thought that he's still got time to do this? If it doesn't happen now, it doesn't take away from the great season that he's had, but he's still got time, whereas SGA and this Thunder team are trying to solidify themselves in a different category completely than everybody else in the NBA by winning back-to-back and trying to get more beyond that.
Yeah, I mean, he's young. You assume that he's going to get opportunities. But Amber, he's also a big man, and we've seen a lot of big men over time break down, especially as they get into their late 20s, early 30s. So this is kind of the moment. I mean, I think, again, he's the best player right now, best two-way player certainly, and he has a big opportunity. And I think you look at a lot of the greats. Again, Kareem, 1971, second season in the league. He wins a championship in Milwaukee, and all of a sudden we say, wow, this is a guy who's the face of the league. I think that's where Wemby will be. If he beats the OKC Thunder, they get to the championship and they win it. It just elevates him to a different domain.
It feels like you guys have already put him there. And heck, it feels like that caller has as well. And to push back on something that caller said, I mean, the MVP award is a regular season award. So it doesn't actually change anything that happened in the regular season. Wemby didn't even come in second. He wasn't even the runner-up in the MVP voting. It's fine to be the first unanimous defensive player of the year ever. That's not a bad thing. He was absolutely brilliant. He's already gotten his accolades. And heck, everybody keeps throwing him into the conversation already this soon about him taking over the league and him being the best player in the league. This is why I think it means so much more for Wemby to win the title than it does SGA, because frankly, I think